Good morning, Commissioners. This is the public hearing of March 18th, 2014. Chair Tierney.
Here.
Commissioner Bland.
Here.
Commissioner Chapin.
Here.
Commissioner Devonshire.
Here.
Commissioner Garner.
Here.
Commissioner Goldblum. Commissioner Moore.
Here.
Commissioner Perlmutter. Commissioner Ryan. Commissioner Washington.
Okay, Commissioners, item number 1 is an application for a certificate of appropriateness in the Borough of Manhattan, docket number 15-2108, block 187, lot 30, 105 Hudson Street in the Tribeca West Historic District, a Beaux Arts style office building designed by Carrere and Hastings and built in 1890 to 92, with a 4-story addition designed by Henri Fouchaux and built in 1905. This is an application to install a barrier-free access ramp and lift.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michelle Shabrani of the Preservation Staff. The application before you is 105 Hudson Street, which is located on the corner of Franklin and the Tribeca West Historic District. The application is for the removal of an existing non-code compliant ramp and stair and the installation of an ADA compliant lift adjacent to a new ramp and stair within the same footprint. Edward Seminiello of SW Engineering is here to discuss the proposal.
Seminiello, SW Engineering. First of all, this project's being proposed. First of all, was providing ADA access to the restaurants in the building, which are BOROUGH and next door. Currently, both entrances have steps to get into this building to the restaurant. There is an ongoing Justice Department press action suit against the restaurants, against all the high-profile restaurants in the city right now, forcing them to make sure they provide this kind of access. The attempt here was, right now, they have a non-ADA ramp that's used for bringing garbage out and materials into both Nobu's entrance and to the building, residential building access elevator right here. And then there's a stairway going up again, providing access for the workers and utility access for the building. The attempt here was to basically provide the ADA access, and also provide utility access onto the ramp in the same footprint that we had originally, for a few reasons. First of all, Community Board 1 does not want us to encroach on the sidewalk any more than we already are, if possible. Second of all, the Department of Transportation, because we have this ramp, there's no revocable consent issues. Once we increase the footprint, we have to go to a whole revocable consent process. The building has to pay for annual use of the extra space that they take up. So it gets a little more complicated process. And cost-wise, obviously. The access for the proposal is we have an approved ramp, basically a full door goes in, the door goes out to the ramp side. It allows full access to both entrances to the building. This is a 1 and 8, which is non-compliant for ADA, but compliant for just regular use ramp. That's going to provide utility use for, again, bringing the garbage out of BOROUGH and the building, and also bringing loading in. And we maintain a stairway against the building. Basically, the existing ramp construction will be diamond plate with a 1¼ inch fully welded pipe rail.
Okay.
That's the proposal.
Yeah.
So you don't want to use the one that you use for garbage now, what is being there.
The location, yes.
So
The location of the ramp is here.
You could change the slope.
The slope here now is not even legal technically for.
I mean, on this side.
This one will be, again, this will be legal for 1/8 slope, which is legal for utility access, but not legal for ADA, because you want to
Fred.
Yeah, and you couldn't get a 1 and 12 in within the same footprint.
1 and 12, the problem we have is, you see how the building juts out, yeah, bring us back here, we're going to have past the in the middle. The other option, we tried a few different ways to bring it out to the sidewalk, which again, no one wanted to reduce. This is the sidewalk now. We end up coming out to do that.
Mentions in the application about a lift.
Excuse me.
It mentions in the application about a lift.
This is the lift, yes. This is just steel, all steel construction, full height door, and the door going out onto the.
So in the plan, you come up on the lift and you go down on that bottom door
this way. When we come out,
And then
we'll
you
be on
do
the
it
way.
that way, okay. Thank you.
Right, so
Yeah.
the proposal is to remove a non-compliant ramp that's built into the loading platform and to install a lift in its place to provide barrier-free access, and then to also modify the loading platform to provide a new non-compliant ramp on the other side.
Okay. Testimony, we'll come back to you in a moment. Barbara Zay.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Barbara Zay from the Historic Districts Council. Though Tribeca abounds in utilitarian buildings where loading docks and entrance ramps are plentiful, this particular building is not an example of this typology. The obstruction of this building's elegant base with both a ramp and a lift seems too much to ask. HDC asks that either a slope be configured with a ramp to comply with accessibility codes, or that the applicant consider a way to drop the entrance and place the lift inside the building, where it will have a less deleterious effect on the building's base. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other testimony? No? Anything you'd like to add in response to what was just been said, or anything else that's,
In the way of the lift.
go up
we
in
did
the front? Just go back up there for a moment. Thanks.
In the way of the lift, we did look at other options with lower doors, less obstructive, or glass doors. We couldn't get anything that would be approved for the use in New York City approved unit that would be approved on that would have a wall or just an open rail.
Well, did you look at just doing a compliant ramp and not installing the lift, and then just using a compliant ramp and stairs for everything?
Yes, we did. As I explained earlier, basically, if we kept it in, try to keep it in the footprint, it would extend beyond this place where we get a protrusion on the building, which means we have to come out, it would have worked out to about another 20 inches into the sidewalk, which, for reasons of revocable consent and as DOT, in Community Board 1, we were trying to not further obstruct the sidewalk in this area.
Fred, did you, as testimonies asked, did you look at an interior ramp?
When you say interior, we still have to get people in. Basically, there's no...
Lowering the slab. We see that a lot.
Well, in the store, if you look here, this is the basement level. You can see across, basically it's very high entrance, you can lose half the interior space of the building to do that, or that good portion of it anyway.
You could not, to get your 112, extend the ramp further than the stairs on the
The other option,
end, rather than...
right, we wouldn't be able to do that if we end up coming out, I believe it was in this area over here, so basically we have to jut out all the way here.
If someone allows you, that was to go into the public way, I believe 42 inches or 60 inches with a ramp.
Again, we'd be able, I mean, that was an option to come, basically take this ramp, basically, once it goes, we'd have to have, we would end up having a ramp plus a landing in the ramp. And again, we would have brought us out somewhere in this vicinity here, so we would have,
Why was he a landing?
because of the length, we would end up having to have a flat section.
What is the elevation, how far would it come?
Basically, you would have to say right here.
So would it be blocking entrances, or?
When we blocking entrances, we have this dead space back here. We had a little bit of a drainage issue with the building, which slopes away from the building. One thing is, and it's just, we go over just cover the boards of it, and you have the diners here, moving up the windows. I mean, that was what I got. It can be done, that's what's really from a physical standpoint, but it would increase the footprint of large.
Okay, discussion, thanks, Fred.
Well, I think there is another solution. I mean, a more elegant solution would be on the interior, but that involves an awful lot of change, I'm sure, so I accept the idea that it would be on the exterior. But I think there is another solution, which is to make the 1 in 12 ramp, where the current stairs are, extending the length into the next bay, eliminating the lift, which is always an issue and a problem on the outside of a building, and replace those with stairs. And I think if you do that, you can actually eliminate some of the footprint that is now covered where the non-compliant ramp would be. So it would end up being probably about the same footprint, but a different, I mean, in coverage, but in a slightly different shape. I'm prepared, I would be fine working with staff on that rather than coming back.
John, excuse me, Michael?
Yeah, I think it actually works out quite well.
Okay.
I agree.
Anyone disagree? For you, Fran and Fran, I guess, do an approval, hearing will be closed, motion and a second, thank you.
Okay, in the matter of 105 Hudson Street, the Tribeca West Historic District, Block 187, Lot 30. The application is to install a barrier-free access ramp and lift. I suggest approval, noting that the proposed work will not eliminate any significant architectural features or paving, that the low height and simple design of the proposed service ramp will not overwhelm or detract from the large facade, that the ramp will recall the loading docks, which are common features of the Tribeca West Historic District in term of its location, material, and massing, that the simple railing will not call undue attention to itself and will help minimize the presence of the ramp, that the diamond plate steel material proposed for the ramp will be consistent with the materials found on loading docks in this historic district, that the installation of the ramp and stair, so therefore, that the applicant will work with staff to revise the layout, eliminating the lift and replacing a code compliant 1 and 12 ramp where the current stairs are located.
Second, all in favor, aye, opposed. Approved as modified, thank you.